Welcome to the President's Donor Appreciation Reception. I see a lot of familiar faces out there. Thank you for being with us on this gloomy New York evening. We're all sort of cozy in our Zoom room, right? You could almost get used to it. I'm Edie Magnus, our Executive Director of Media and Innovation and a proud alumna of Mercy College, the class of 2014. This is our chance this evening to celebrate and thank all of our donors, all of you who have given to the college so generously, and we hope will continue to do so. You can be very proud of giving to Mercy College, especially in these times. We are, the college is riding this miserable COVID wave as thoroughly and as thoughtfully as possible. And we are not going anywhere. We are here to stay, and I love it every time I hear Tim Hall say that. So I wanted to let you know that this will be recorded in case anyone would like to get a copy of this later. And we're going to get a chance to talk to as many of you as possible during this hour. So let's start by hearing from our president, Tim Hall.
Hello and good evening. I'm sorry we couldn't all be together in person tonight, but in fact, we see you at Mercy College all the time, in the faces of our students who wouldn't be getting an education without the scholarships you created, in the new equipment and technology that your gifts bring to our schools, in the expert faculty whose positions you support. So I may not see you, but you're everywhere, and believe me, we're grateful for it. I recently read a book titled Won't Lose This Dream, which I highly recommend if you want to further understand just how meaningful your support is to our students. It's about Georgia State University, which has many of the same programs we have in place at Mercy, and it lays out the controversial but essential proposition that institutions of higher learning exist to support their students and not the other way around, and that we must do more to help them overcome the lack of wealth and all the challenges life brings so that they don't just get into college but stay in college and leave with a degree. This doesn't happen without resources, and that starts with you. Money is the single biggest factor which determines whether our students can persist in their education, cross the stage, and receive their degrees. Every dollar you give to Mercy advances our students' chances of not just graduating, but of the social advancement in life that a college degree confers and the impact our alumni take back to their communities. Your generosity reaches far beyond the college, enriching the places our students come from and the places where they will settle. And all donations make an impact at every level, big and small. Together, we're making a difference every day. When our students needed us the most, our Mav Market food pantry was available to them. Thanks in part to contributions from our donors, it has supported our students with gift cards and food. Resources like the Mav Market are critical to students persisting and staying on track to graduation. Don't let anyone tell you that the value of a college degree is questionable these days. It's not, it's critical, now more than ever, especially in these times, as you know. As the world changes around us, we saw the value of a Mercy education for positions essential to our recovery. From healthcare workers to teachers to small business owners, the Mercy community is on the front lines. And you, our donors, are essential to their success. Your generosity prepared our community to meet any and all challenges. We don't talk about this much, but Mercy has unforeseen needs too, and we've met those needs, including implementing recommended safety precautions and installing technology to make in-class and virtual learning possible. We've responded to the current circumstances nimbly and effectively, I think, and in case you're wondering, we're going to be here come what may. We will continue to embrace change together and come through stronger than ever. This makes your continued support essential. None of this is possible without your gifts to the students and the college, which pay dividends that last a lifetime. I don't know if we could ever thank you enough, so thank you. From this office, from our students, and from the college community, thank you.
And Tim Hall is with us live now. Tim, thank you for those wonderful remarks. If you'd like to say we're not going anywhere again, that would be good.
Well,
Anything else you'd like to add?
Sure, Edie. You know we're not going anywhere. And I just want to welcome and thank all of our donors here today. I tell you, every day when I walk to campus or drive sometimes, I am just so overwhelmed with how extraordinary a time we're living through, how extraordinary the work Mercy is doing. I can't emphasize it enough. And here's one thing I know absolutely. No one does extraordinary work who doesn't have extraordinary friends and partners. And I promise you, Mercy has such extraordinary friends and partners and supporters. We wouldn't be able to do what we did without you. I've talked with most of you personally. I know the dreams in your heart for our students. I know how you care for them as if they were your own. And that's making a difference. It isn't an easy time. I promise you, our students are struggling in so many ways, but we're bringing them help. We're changing the trajectories of their life now more than ever because of the things that you're providing for them, the learning in the classroom through faculty, the support through mentors, the technology that helped them to gain a new path. Thank you so much. I'm happy to see you tonight. I'm internally grateful for the difference you're making in this place at this time for these students, which will last a lifetime. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tim. We now want to turn it over to our Chief Advancement Officer, Bernadette Wade. Hi, Bernadette.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Edie. Thank you, President Hall, and good evening. And good evening to all of our friends out there. Let me first start by expressing my gratitude to all of you for your thoughtful and generous support of Mercy College. Great things are happening at the college for sure, and we simply could not do this without you. People in my office enjoy getting to know each and every one of you personally and connecting you to the students and programs and all the ways that you can support the college. Each gift has a meaningful and direct impact on our students. Many Mercy College students are the first in their families to attend college and need financial support to make it to the finish line. Last year, over 4,000 students received some form of financial assistance, including scholarships from over 120 funds established through the generosity of alumni and friends. The Mercy Scholars Program was founded in 2016. It's actually hard to believe it's been all these years since it was established, but with gifts from Bob and Kate Niehaus and Jim and Marsha McCormick, this scholarship offers qualified students 4 years of tuition not covered by federal and state aid. Thanks to many of our donors on tonight, including Ted Dunn and others, this program is continuing next September with a 6th cohort, which is wonderful. In 2019, 47,000 College of New Rochelle alumni joined our Mercy family, including me, a proud member of the class of 1980. CNR alumni have embraced their new home, formed a volunteer leadership team, and are sharing their talents and enthusiasm with our Mercy community. The CNR Legacy Scholarship Fund was established through their generosity and has already engaged several hundred donors. As of this year, 3 students are receiving 4-year scholarships. We are proud to be keeping the CNR legacy alive here at Mercy. Gifts to the college also support faculty-led research and send students to conferences and on international medical missions and many more. Luis Guattari, class of 1965, established faculty and student development funds, which enables biology faculty and undergraduate students to conduct research. This fall, Mercy welcomed the new Marie T. McKellar Faculty Chair, Dr. Lauren Ruth, to the math department. This tenure track position was funded by our very generous retired math professor, Marie McKellar, to strengthen the math department and encourage young women and minorities to study math at Mercy. Faye and Dennis Greenwald created a faculty development fund to support research in Faye's beloved English department, which she headed for many years. So you can see we are so grateful for this recognition of our faculty's scholarly work and their contributions to the academic experience of Mercy students. Several donations over the past year have supported capital improvements that provide resources for students to achieve their goals. We are grateful to Gioetta and Alberto Vitali for funding new career hubs at the Manhattan and Bronx campuses, as well as a dedicated PACT mentor for the Mercy Scholars Program. The generosity of Ken Bove, president and CEO of DCW Media, was the impetus to create the Bove Media Center at Mercy Manhattan. Mercy Manhattan students also benefit from the Hall Family Lounge, the Ferrari Family Lounge, and the Hudson Video Conference Room in memory of Sarita Disick-Gantz, all made possible by you. Last spring, the newly created Student Emergency Fund received gifts from more than 100 donors. Gifts from CNR and Mercy alumni, our Board of Trustees, generous faculty and staff will benefit students this year and for years to come. Lastly, I want to highlight the importance of all gifts to the annual fund. Gifts at every level provide the college with the flexibility to respond to needs as they emerge. So to every one of our donors, we are grateful for your essential support of Mercy, especially during these challenging times. You are helping to keep our students on track to accomplish their goals, which will serve them well into the future. We cannot thank you enough. And I'll turn it back to Edie.
Thanks, Bernadette. Several of the people you mentioned, of course, are with us tonight, and we're going to hope to talk to them in a little bit. Among those who we want to give a shout out to are two donors who have joined the Mercy College family in new ways. They have contributed to both scholarships as well as a permanent feature of our beautiful new Manhattan campus, which Bernadette just alluded to. Let's hear from them.
Good evening. My husband Gordon and I are extremely honored and humbled to be a part of the Mercy Scholars Program. And I can't thank President Hall, Bernadette Wade, Patricia Burns, the faculty and staff enough for exposing me to this terrific program, a program that benefits 20 to 25 students a year who may not be able to afford college. I was very fortunate growing up. My grandfather was a first-generation college student who paid for his school on his own. He believed that every child should be given an opportunity, and with that, he put $1,000 in a college fund for me when I was born. Every year, my parents would add a few extra dollars to that fund and remind me how important it was to work hard and show my grandfather how grateful I was for that initial contribution. That fund grew and ended up paying for 3 years of my education. My parents were able to gift me that final year, and I came out debt-free. Not many students can say that today. The pressure of not having a loan, of being able to save money for a house, of starting fresh, it's a gift I know I need to repay. And that's why the Mercy Scholars Program is so important to me. Gifting a student a full scholarship where they don't have to worry about tuition and books and fees. It's the least I can do to recognize what my grandfather did for me. As a donor, I have the pleasure of meeting my student, Charlay Duxon, and following her progress over her 4-year pursuit in the health and sciences field. As Mercy says, this makes education personal. My hope is that she has some relief from the pressure of paying tuition, which allows her to fully engage in school and enjoy learning. And after 4 years, she and her family will experience together the value of an education and what it brings to her and her future generations. I can't wait to see you shine, Charlay. What's even more amazing is that 89% of Mercy scholars are on track to graduate in 4 years. The national average is only 53%. Mercy has developed the right model. The renowned PACT program helps. When I heard that every student is assigned a personal advisor for all 4 years of school, I wanted to know more. PACT allows students to acclimate, navigate, and succeed even when their own families may not be familiar with the academic journey. And finally, the diversity of Mercy's program is also appealing to me. At a time when our country feels divided, Mercy is uniting people, bringing people together to defy the odds and achieve their dreams. And we all are fortunate as donors, students, faculty, and administration to be a small part of a big win. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ken Bove, and I'm pleased and proud to be a part of the Mercy family and to have contributed an enduring piece of the Mercy Manhattan campus to serve generations of its students. When I stepped onto the campus during construction, yes, hard hat and all, I knew then that an investment in Mercy Manhattan would have a great impact. The media business has been very good to me, so I relish the thought that Mercy students now and in the future may choose to pursue careers in that industry, and that all students at the college will benefit from the learning that takes place in the Bove Media Center. It's worth repeating how important a college education is for all students and how essential we as donors are to keeping that going. There's no better way to pay it forward, and I'm confident that when our Mercy alumni achieve success in their professions, they will pay it forward as well. To President Hall, to the Mercy students, faculty, staff, to all my fellow donors, and to the entire college community, I congratulate you for your hard work, for your contributions to academic success, and for keeping your minds and your hearts on the Mercy mission. I'm proud to be a supporter and a fan of Mercy College. I thank you very much. Be well, and please stay safe.
Thank you to Ken and to Tina. Now we want to meet a husband and wife with a very unique relationship to Mercy College as student, faculty member, alumna, and member of the Board of Trustees. What is it that comes after trifecta again? Here are the Sobeckis. What do you love most about Mercy?
The students. That's an easy one.
What I love about Mercy is that everything that I see they do is about serving the students.
My name's Patrice Sobecki, and I have many connections to Mercy. My first connection was as a student at Mercy, and I have my bachelor's and my master's from Mercy College. From there, I was honored to become a faculty, and through that, I am now a donor.
I'm Chris Sobecki. I was introduced to Mercy through Patrice being a student there. So after the last 6 or 7 years, where she's from student to professor, I got more and more engaged with Mercy. And about a year ago, I actually joined the Board of Trustees of Mercy. You know, because of both of our personal backgrounds, I think we can empathize with the student body that Mercy is serving, which is primarily first generation to college kids. These are people that are looking for education, you know, to kind of raise the opportunities they'll have in life for themselves and their families. And we have sort of a similar background, growing up in fairly humble means.
When I was in my last year of my RN to BSN, my mother passed away. My mother was a psychiatric nurse for 42 years and was my inspiration in becoming a nurse. And I wanted some way to honor her. And knowing how hard our students have to work at Mercy College, and also knowing the joy that having students come to my mom's unit brought her, it was a perfect match. And so that was the start of my first scholarship. And we also in the nursing program had just started the traditional nursing program. So I started a scholarship there, and it's continued to grow. We now have a scholarship in the traditional, the RN to BS, the accelerated, and the graduate program, because Again, in most nursing programs in the country, students don't work because it's an incredibly rigorous program, and you have clinical hours that you have to meet alongside studying. And so it's not easy. And in our program, I would say that there are probably maybe only 30% of students who do not work out of need. And sometimes, it's not need to get, new Abercrombie clothes or whatever. It's a need to pay their tuition and to also help their families. So they need that income to stay intact. So we wanted to make sure that we could do a little bit to help them out with this situation.
I see Mercy as being an organization is not giving handouts, but it's giving out opportunity. It's giving out opportunity for people to raise their stature, for social mobility, and those who are willing to work hard to be able to actually benefit not only them, but benefit their families, benefit their children, and the generations to come. So that, to me, that's very gratifying.
There was never a time that it's more important than now, to be honest with you. We have students who may have been working full time, who now may have the added responsibility of caring for a parent who's sick, a child who's sick, or now we have, students who are not only juggling work, school, and family, but are now homeschooling their children. So, there has to be some give in their lives or else they would collapse. So never was it more important that we support our students in their endeavor to reach their goals and their dreams.
Universities and colleges rely on donors like us and like others to help maintain their budgets and maintain the quality of the education they're providing.
Nowadays, it's essential to have a college degree. I mean, no matter, you have people with college degrees that are working at almost every level. And so the pay that someone without a college degree makes it hard for them to even exist in this world now. And so, again, the gift that you are giving to somebody is to allow them to reach their dreams and to be able to live a life that is not beyond the poverty level. It's very important for people. Students just cannot thank people enough for what they do for them. They know they don't take your gift for granted. They know what that means to them. They know your generosity in giving to them.
Thank you, Patrice. You are so right. The students do know. And we want you to meet a couple of them. We want to introduce you to two students who are at Mercy on scholarships which are, of course, made possible by our generous donors, and they are about to be launched into the world to achieve even more success this year. So let's meet them.
My name is Daniel Montes, and I am in my senior year here, so I'll be graduating in May 2021. I am originally born and raised in San Antonio, Texas. I'm going to be pursuing human resources, and so I will be finishing it in their power program, which will be in 1 year. So I'm hopefully graduating, and I will graduate in 2022 with my master's. I fell in love with Mercy because of the professors' interactions with the students and how much they want us to succeed in our education and in our career.
My name is Jimmy Cedeño Franco. I was born and raised in Ecuador. I've been here for 4 years straight since freshman year, and my major is biology on the pre-med career. So I want to go to medical school next year, and I just applied to medical school. Yes.
Jimmy Cedeño Franco, future doctor, cardiologist.
I remember just getting that email in a gas station, actually, because we were filling up, and I told my parents, Mom, I just got a huge scholarship, and I think this is what's gonna make the difference. And we drove home, got on my computer, and figured out the financial comparisons to other colleges. I was filled with joy, and just the ability to like even think of New York as an opportunity for me to go to school. I couldn't be more happy.
If it wasn't for those scholarships, I wouldn't be here. It is the difference between attending a college and making a difference and not attending at all.
There's a lot of data that shows how the Latino community doesn't go to college or even finish college. My family believed heavily on education, and they pushed us. My mom and dad went back to college after 20 years just to show that it is possible and we can do it. And so I feel grateful for the opportunity to just, be a part of that family, and now showing my little cousins and my friends and their family that it's not easy, but it's possible.
Mercy College saw what my history, the things that I've been through, and that I was trying enough to become a good person or a good student, and they put all their chips in me. They believed in me, and I think they were right. For a person like me who came from a third world country and came here with a dream, with an American dream, if you could say that.
My family knows that we haven't had it easy all of our lives. And they know that because I have a dream and because I am supported by a school that believes in me, I could do and complete that dream. I would have never thought I would be able to give 160 backpacks to fifth graders full of school supplies to start their academic career. Mercy gave me that opportunity, and my family knows just by doing that one project that I could have a major difference in the next generation of students in education.
Thank you for the opportunity. I cannot express my words of the opportunity that Mercy College has given me. I know I'm a Mav, and this is my second home.
Jimmy and Danny, I think, are in the audience tonight. So if you guys would just wave so that we can know where you are. Thank you so much. We have no doubt that you're going to set the world on fire, both of you. Okay, we want to talk to now some of the folks who are with us, including Joe Gantz. I know I saw you, Joe. Joe is the chairman of our board of trustees. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, let me add my congratulations to all those who have been Mercy donors and have made investments into Mercy. I was introduced to Mercy when my mother became a board member back in about 40 years ago as one of the first, maybe the only Cuban American on the board, certainly at the time. When I graduated from college, I taught high school in West Philadelphia, and it became clear to me the importance of a college education for especially first generation students. I've been on the board since, 15 years, and continue to be amazed at how important my investment in Mercy is. I don't look at this as a contribution or donation. I look at it as an investment to make the lives of first generation students from minority communities, as well as all communities and all people from all communities, to get an education. Because at the end of the day, I think it's been said before, and we've heard our two students talk about how important it is to get that opportunity. So I look forward to continuing to invest as much as I possibly can of both my time and my resources to make Mercy as inviting a place and successful place for our students as possible. And I would recommend and ask those of us who donate or invest in Mercy, also think about investing our time. Money is important, as Tim makes very clear, but a lot of people out here have tremendous resources and tremendous knowledge, and you may be able to find ways to contribute to the college in addition to financially. So thank you very much. Congratulations to all those who've contributed and invested in Mercy, and I look forward to continuing to work with you and the board of directors too, as we build the college to greater heights.
Thank you so much, Joe. Diane Stone is also with us tonight. She was a graduate of the College of New Rochelle in 1970, and she is one of the founding funders of the CNR Legacy Scholarship Fund. Diane, would you like to talk a little bit about what giving means to you?
Yes, thank you. to be one of the live presentations of this evening has made me be able to maybe modify some of my remarks. But I was the class of 1970 from the College of New Rochelle, a very traditional liberal arts college at that time. And I'm happy to explain to you why I made a small contribution to support Mercy College by giving to the newly established CNR Legacy Scholarship Fund. When it comes to charitable donations, I really have to admit that I got to be moved to see the sincerity of an organization's actions as these line up with the mission. And I'm further convinced after the past half hour listening to the presentations of the commitment of the mission of Mercy. And it's at this point in my life that I'm also pretty clear about who and what is impressive and who's real and who's true and what I can believe in. Personally, I didn't want to be an alumna of a college that no longer existed. It's been so tragic over the past, I think it could be even 20, 30 years that colleges, small and medium size, have just closed. They don't even have a PO box for their alumna. And I needed CNR to still have bricks and mortar in the world. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I really needed them still to be in a structure. And CNR had been a smart and a forward-thinking, strategic Catholic institution. And as many of you may know, and if not, I'm going to tell you now, the decision CNR made back in the 20th century, 1972, to grow by expanding the value of its educational commitment to the zip codes in its surrounding community was unparalleled in its foresight. It created the College of New Resources and added significant practical and compassionate curricula for the students who needed a way in to the professional world. And we've seen videos tonight in terms of what I mean in terms of the addition of clinical and social service studies. To me, this was extremely impressive on CNR, that little liberal arts college's part. It was darn smart that CNR had its eyes open and could accept the realities of how to move forward. Last year, about this time, I attended a small reception with President Hall and his wife. And after hearing an overview of the details involved in Mercy's outreach and commitment to keep CNR alive, it was crystal clear to me to say yes and thank you to Mercy for its vision to welcome the past, the present, and the future possibilities for CNR. Now in this 21st century, it's Mercy College that can offer a way into the future for CNR as a legacy to stay alive. I can't ignore the need any longer for to give ongoing support to Mercy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Diane. We have one couple who couldn't be with us tonight, but gave us a letter to be read to everyone. And Katie Coppinger, our Executive Director of Major Gifts, is here to share that with us. Katie?
Hi, good evening. I'm so pleased to be here, and I'm so pleased with seeing everybody that I can see on our little squares. Thanks so much. You'll excuse me while I read this message exactly as Mrs. Greenwald has sent. Dennis and I have sponsored 2 funds at Mercy, one for students to do graduate work in the humanities and the other for faculty development. I thought you might be interested to know the background of these gifts. As children of poor immigrant families, we could not attend college. But due to our service in World War II, Dennis is an aerial gunner in the Army, and me as a control tower operator in the Navy, we received the GI Bill funding for undergraduate education. We both attended Rutgers, where we met in our freshman year and married in our senior year. Although the GI Bill paid for tuition, the funding for room and board was meager. So we worked at menial jobs throughout our 4 years at Rutgers. Despite the heavy burden of work and study, we did well, both graduating summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. That academic record led to scholarships for graduate work. Again, we had to work and study throughout those years. Perhaps this background will show how passionate we are about the democratization of higher education and why I thank you for your contribution to this cause. I also thank the feisty nuns who taught me how to be consumed in service. I thank the students I taught at Mercy who reminded me every day of my mission. And finally, I wish to thank President Tim Hall for his creative, tireless devotion to Mercy College. Sincerely, Faye T. Greenwald, former chair of the Department of English at Mercy College. Thank you so much.
Thanks for sharing that, Katie. Bernadette Wade mentioned our wonderful Mercy Scholars Program and the new cohort that's going to be starting. Another shout out to Tina Thornton. I haven't seen you out there, but if you are there, who's one of the newest donors to our Mercy Scholars Program, they have some responsibilities. They have to keep their grades up, and they have to graduate in 4 years. That's on them. Mercy's responsibility is to launch them successfully into the world with no debt. And we wanted you to meet one of the first Mercy Scholars who, in fact, has been launched successfully into the world, and it has had quite an impact on her life. Let's meet Maria Herrera.
My name is Maria Herrera. I was a Mercy Scholar and I graduated this year, back in May 2020. And I graduated with a bachelor's in psychology and a minor in criminal justice. My donors, it gave me an opportunity to finish college with no debt, no paying for books, and I'm just so grateful every single day and for everyone to have given me this opportunity, you know. I just got a new job at this agency called Catholic Guardian Services. I'm a sociotherapist, and I'm basically in charge of going to visit all the foster kids in their foster homes, making sure they're okay, making sure they're well kept, their mental health is doing well, and, just for them to have someone to talk to, There's always going to be obstacles in life, but you have to learn how to overcome them, how to jump them, how to go around them. And of course, you're going to stumble upon some things, but just know that once you become a Mercy Scholar, it's a name that you're going to carry on for the rest of your life. And it's a great feeling, it's a blessed feeling. I grew up in the Bronx. I've grown up there my whole entire life, my 22 years there. I have my dad and my mom that grew up in Mexico. And they came here, of course, to give me such a great life, better opportunities. I have one younger brother. He's about to be 16 in December. So I always try to do my best just so he can look up to me. And I have a 2-year-old daughter. I became a mom back in 2018. It's the best feeling knowing that I graduated college. I always look at her and I'm like, one day you're gonna say, oh, my mom's a psychologist, And it's like such a great, great feeling that even my parents tell me, Amy's gonna grow up and she's gonna say, oh, my mom, she just graduated Mercy with a Fulbright scholarship, And I don't know, it just makes me like so happy. I do think about the future of my daughter every single day, just because I aspire to do all these big things just for her. Everything I do, literally, she's in the back of my mind, and it's like, it's for Amy in the future. It's for Amy in the future.
Mercy Scholars!
My donors have given me the opportunity to grow, to fulfill my dreams, and it makes it so much more personal, just because I've really gotten to know my donors, who they are, what they stand for, and I hope one day I can contribute to a college just the way that my donors contributed to my life.
Thanks. Maria, are you there? You want to wave to everybody? Hi. Maria and I had a great conversation. There she is. Great conversation about what a different trajectory her life is going to have now with a Mercy degree. And I believe that the donors, one of the founding couples who formed the Mercy Scholars Program and were Maria's donors are Jim and Marsha McCormick, and they're with us tonight. You guys must feel pretty good watching where she's going, huh?
Wonderful.
Absolutely. Fabulous.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about what the giving means to you?
Right. Be glad to. I've been on the board for well over a decade and side by side with Marsha for 5 decades. Like someone who spoke earlier, we met at college and celebrated our 50th anniversary not too long ago. Of the anniversary of our first date. We're waiting a couple more months to the first 50th wedding anniversary. But I'll say something that a lot of people are going to have a hard time believing, and then I'm going to make it real for you. Both of us think of Mercy literally every day. Now you're sitting there going, "Oh, come on, that's not possible." Okay, but I'm gonna make it real for you. That's the back of my iPhone. Can you see that?
Says Thrive.
Can you read it? Thrive. And that is one of the things that Mercy is all about, thriving. And I look at that many times a day. And when we have dinner, that sits between us, in case the phone rings, saying Thrive, Mercy College. And it also says another T word, transform. And that's what Mercy does. It takes people that are young and are willing to work hard at Mercy and then beyond, and transforms. And you've already heard about the high graduation rate that we're very proud of. And we're just delighted to be involved. And thank you for that opportunity for us. And we're delighted to give some more opportunities to the students. Thank you.
Thank you so much, both
Good
of
luck,
you.
Maria.
Thank you.
Yes,
Don't forget, thrive.
of course. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I think that Bob Niehaus is also with us. He and his wife, Kate, were the other founders of the Mercy Scholars Program. And Bob, are you with us? Can you talk a little bit about what it has meant to you to give to this program?
Sure, Edie. First of all, Kate couldn't be here tonight, but she and I share with Jim and Marsha how excited we are to see the flourishing of the Mercy Scholar Program. When Jim and I talked about this 5 years ago, we hoped that it would inspire other Mercy College supporters to fund other scholarships. And the fact that 16 other Mercy supporters have funded Mercy Scholar slots, I think, is really rewarding to the school and to us. Secondly, I really want to give a shout out to Tim Hall and his team, because I think you've done an exceptional job during the demands of COVID. It's an incredibly stressful time for both the students, the faculty, the administration. And I think the courage you've shown in having some on-campus participation, some opportunities, as well as the hybrid, as well as the remote, it really speaks to your dedication to these students. And then lastly, I think I would just say that, a lot of people have talked tonight about the importance of helping first generation students to get through college. And I think this pandemic has just reinforced that to the hilt, because the pandemic has taught a lot of people different lessons. And the one lesson it's taught me is just how essential it is to learn a skill and a talent, generally through a four-year college degree, that society values enough that will continue to pay for, whether it's remote or as a healthcare worker during a pandemic. And I think that the pandemic has raised lots of issues which have been around for a while about income inequality. But I think the way to address income inequality is through education. And I think Mercy is as good as it comes for those trying to climb the ladder of opportunity. And Kate and I are just thrilled to be supporters.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bob. We want to show you another piece, which will be the last of the pieces we share with you this evening. Our students have told us resoundingly that they go to college for career advancement. So Mercy is consumed in service, not just in the classroom, but in getting our students ready to get jobs. And once again, this is made possible with gifts that help our students secure their futures in the working world. Let's take a look.
Good evening, everyone. I am Jill Hart. I'm Executive Director of Career and Professional Development at Mercy College. I am delighted to be sitting here this evening with Marcus McKinney, a freshman business student here at Mercy College. I want to thank all the donors who are on this Zoom session. Thank you so much for all that you do for Mercy College and for our students. In particular, I would like to say a special thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Alberto Vitale for their generous, very generous ongoing donations that they make in support of our students' career success. Tell me, Marcus, would you please, and tell our audience, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you discovered Mercy College.
Well, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. It's about a 14-hour drive. I found Mercy College from the Leadership Academy. Mercy College offers resources and people and career advancement opportunities that you just cannot get anywhere. I've also learned how to write a resume. I've done mock interviews. I've done a lot of different things that have prepared me, especially with me being a freshman, that I would not normally have access to at any other kind of school.
Marcus and I are speaking to you from the Vitale Career Hub in our beautiful Dobbs Ferry Library. This is where we work with students to help them explore careers, to prepare for those careers, to prepare for interviews, for internships, and to do job searches. This is where our student groups, our advisory boards, such as what Marcus is part of, get together to collaborate on events that will be interesting to students and exciting, and they'll learn career things. This is where we partner with faculty. This is where we bring employers in to meet with students. This is the first time we've had a beautiful place like this with wonderful artwork. It's really hard for students to ignore us here. This is the first time, and we're so excited to be here, and we are in the process of planning 2 additional Vitale Career Hubs on our Bronx and Manhattan campuses to serve those students as well. We're very excited. Our goal here is to provide resources and opportunities to students so that they are confident and ready to launch or advance their careers upon graduation. This space provides us with a focal point, a place for students to come if they need our assistance with any of that.
I really enjoy the personal aspect that Mercy College Career Team shows me, because I have friends that go to the bigger universities and they don't even know their career team, and their career team won't meet with them until junior year.
I'd like to bring this back to donors. So much of what Marcus has talked about, so much of what we are able to provide is because of the generosity of donors in addition to the support of the college. We couldn't do this important work. Our students don't necessarily come to the college knowing any of this stuff, having any of these resources, and having professional connections. We are able to provide all of those things to our students. It's really important to know how to get jobs, to know how to operate in the professional world. Here at Mercy College, we're teaching students these skills.
Thank you so much for believing in this program, which in turn believes in me.
So I know that Jill Hart is somewhere in the crowd. Jill, there you are. You can wave if you want. And Jill shared something with me today, which I just think is extraordinary. Our Vitale Career Hub, just the one in Manhattan, at Dobbs Ferry rather, sees more than 300 students per month, mostly virtual, some in person, through events and coaching appointments and programs. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of preparation for liftoff in life. And it's just really makes us all very proud. We have a couple of minutes. So I wanted to open this up and see if anyone would like to say anything else. I know I saw the Sweetsers out there somewhere. Esty and Elliot, would you like to say something?
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
My wife Estee introduced me to the school. I was not very familiar with it, coming from a different part of the country, but I'm very impressed with what I've seen, and we are feeling a gratitude to everyone who helped us put together the gift, and we're delighted it's going to be used so efficiently.
We're really happy to be part of this donor family, so it's very encouraging. So we're very impressed.
Thank you so much. I don't necessarily need to call on anyone. Would anyone else like to say something? Marjorie, there, I see you with your hand waving. Go right ahead.
Thanks. This has been terrific. It's good to see everyone.
I probably don't need to say that unfortunately I'm not a major donor, but I would like to put in a plug for Mercy's college degree program at Sing Sing and other prisons. I think it's so vitally important that the college supports degree programs, as it has at Sing Sing for a couple of decades now. People may not be aware that when students receive college degrees, when and if they are released, the recidivism rate drops from about 65 to 70% to something like 2%. I think it's one of the most, having participated in it, I think it's one of the most valuable programs that Mercy sponsors. And now that I live in Philadelphia, I'm also connected with the Villanova Prison Program at Graterford Prison. So thank you for the opportunity, and thank you to Mercy for launching my teaching career many years ago, and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you, Marjorie. Would anyone else like to share anything before we come to a close?
I was wondering if I could say something.
Hi, Deandre, sure. One of our Mercy Scholars, Deandre Davis.
Hi, I'm Deandre Davis. I'm a graduate. I'm going to be graduating as a Mercy Scholar in 2022, May. I'm right now currently a junior as a psychology major. And just from being inside of this meeting, it was really exciting to see just how many donors there actually are for Mercy, because I only have ever met the handful that were strictly towards the Mercy Scholars Program at, say, Tim Hall's Thanksgiving dinners at his house, which were amazing to actually meet and see who was actually paying for what I'm going through here. Because I know I could have easily just ended up being in a CUNY where I know I wouldn't actually make any bond with any of the staff members or even build a second house or family that I have going on here. I just love how Mercy is just this connected to the point where I actually know who the donors are, and I'm able to just scroll through and see the people who are in the backdrop of it all. And I just think that's really incredible that a lot of colleges don't really do. It's that interconnection that I really enjoy about being here. And I really can't wait to just do something special at the end of this.
Thanks, Deandre. We don't normally get to put donors and students together. So this is super special. And Tim said it at the very top. We are all extraordinary partners and extraordinary friends. So thank you, one and all, for coming to this tonight. We hope that you have found this evening informative and that you are inspired and reassured by all the stories you've heard tonight. I want to remind you that we did record this. So if you'd like to share this, just let us know and we can share this entire event with you. We continue to be grateful to you, our friends, our donors, our staff, for supporting our students and for making their dreams possible. We could not do it without you. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you so much for coming.
Oh.
Thank you.
Bravo.